Hi, world! It's been like a week since I recorded last. You'll probably see this video the day after I put up the other video, but, whatever. Once again, hi, Ethan, Noah, Gabe, and Emma. I have had a interesting week, I suppose. Beasting turned out to be a thing that went on for a couple of days. It finally went away, but I wonder if maybe, there's a little bit of an allergy. I have a little bit of a worry. Great news is I bought a new phone. Bad news is it's not here yet. I got the Droid 1 for a smartphone because what I'm really hoping, I don't know if this works out, but if I can, I'd love to be able to get on IMDb and check their articles from that. Because I would love to be able to sit at work and read that stuff. That'd be like doubling my time up. And hell, maybe even film some videos there. Who knows? Who knows? But I found a pretty cheap one online. Bad news is I had to use PayPal. That was the only way they would take it. And apparently what they do when they go through PayPal is they use your address for your billing address as to where to ship it to. And, I didn't even think to change anything on my PayPal. So last time I used my PayPal was when I lived in Iowa at my last apartment in Iowa. Sorry. Big problem. I have no more friends there. I had a friend who lived there for a while too after me, and now he's gone. And I was like, oh God. So, I tried fixing it, and they were like, nope, we're sending it there. And I was like, this sucks. So they shipped it there, and according to the internet, it's there today. But my dad went there this morning, and one of the jokes about my dad, I know most of you guys actually know my dad who would be watching this, but he looks Hispanic, and just the irony of him trying to talk to these guys who speak no English. That's who lives there, is some Hispanic people who only speak Spanish, and they're like, "Tu hable un poco español?" And Dad's like, "No, I speak English." And they're like, "Un poco español? Español un poco?" And he's like, "No, only English." Luckily, they were talking to a guy on the phone who speaks English, and they did a little translation back and forth. They seem pretty cool. Dad's going to be back tomorrow, according to the internet. It should be there right now. And hopefully, he'll be getting my package, my telephone. And then they'll be able to activate it, because apparently the main person on the account, being my brother-in-law, has to activate it, and then they can ship it to me. So I'm hoping they activate it Monday, because then I only go maybe like a day without phone, because then they ship it. It gets there the next couple days later, a day or two without phone. Because what happens is when they activate that phone, my other phone shuts off, or any use of it really just becomes useless. And it's a nice phone. I love the fact that my parents saved my butt. But what I want to do is have them save my butt repeatedly and have that be my backup phone. Because I have terrible luck. I have awful luck. And I would like to have a phone kind of to transition between other phones, and a phone to sort of just work for me, in a time of need. It doesn't always work the best, but it works pretty good. And that's the point. It's better than not working at all. I love that. So, I get a smartphone, send my sister some money, send my family some money for all the shipping and stuff like that. Yeah. Life is going interesting. I'm kind of petering around with some ideas for Grace's birthday / Christmas / 2-year anniversary, because it's all boom, boom, boom. It's, December 2nd's her birthday. Christmas is the 25th. If you don't know that, I'm sorry. And then our 2-year is also Valentine's Day. So it's very snap, snap, snap. And I'm planning on working on that stuff early when I have the money this round, because last time I was a little strapped. Didn't go as smoothly as I liked. But we learn from our lessons, we grow. Bad news from last week. I messed up a teardown of a film. Speaking of lessons. Because what happened was I tore down Spy Kids when it was supposed to go to the Millennium. So I never think to look at the Millennium because I was like, why would they want our movies? Apparently they have a reason. But, oh, sorry, excuse me. I feel awful tonight. BT dubs. Terrible stomach ache. Just don't know what's up. Whatever. But I tore down Spy Kids when I was supposed to, but also I put the wrong heads on it, so they put it together backwards and then played it for people. So yay for that, and then they give me all sorts of crap today, like, you're still not tearing down Spy Kids. I'm like, yes, I know. Thank you. I tore down Our Idiot Brother. I watched Our Idiot Brother and I watched Drive, and a few things about that. Our Idiot Brother, I think it's amazing. It was pretty funny to me, especially the part where the couple tries to have the three-way with him, because, and nephews, nieces, ignore this. But his reaction is hilarious, and then his after reaction, because he's such a kind person, is funny, because he's like, I feel bad, I should have tried. I feel bad. I feel bad. And the other guy's like, you shouldn't feel bad for being straight. Which was, props to Paul Rudd. It was an amazing job. And then Drive is an intriguing movie. One, don't take kids to this, okay? I'm not kidding. This is like Hostel type of nasty. There are some gore scenes in there that just continue. He slices this guy's wrists open and shows you the whole thing, and it's like he does it the right way, following the tracks. The images I'm not going to get out of my head, but at the same time I think about the movie as to why the violence is in there, and I wonder if it's a symbolism, like of how shocking it is to that person that's committing the violence, because when Ryan Gosling commits it, it starts happening less and less as he goes in, and I wonder if he's sort of a monster at the end of the movie. That's his change, It's just he just kind of becomes a bit of a monster from everything he's done. Or was he a monster the whole time? And he used that technique to do good things. Because he does kind of help some people, but he creates a lot of chaos and muck and mess at the same time. A lot of people die. Ron Perlman. And Marlin from Finding Nemo is the bad guy. How do you take that guy seriously after Finding Nemo? I'm sorry he's typecasted, but his voice, all I can think of is, where's my boy the whole time? And here he's being a mafia guy killing people, and I'm just like, Marlon, why? Nemo's not in that guy's wrist. But that was weird. But yeah, it's been a very, very fast week. It's very scary how fast this week is going. This Sunday, practices for Mickey B starts, and I'm not sure how I feel. I don't like being busy. That's a big problem. Last time I did a major production, I got knocked out. Like, my parents were like, "Are you okay?" Because I took on too much. I did Anything Goes the musical. We had a large cast, and this is not a musical. But this is Shakespeare. It's still really big, and there's a huge cast, and there's a lot of us, and there's a lot going on. So I'm afraid of being half dead by the end of all this, wanting to die. And it's not a 4 or 6 week rehearsal. It is a 2-month rehearsal. So I'm scared, but at the same time I'm excited because I'm starting to get really hardcore into theater. We just did a play analysis on Betrayal, and Betrayal, along with like Buried Child, I am in love with this play, and here's why. None of us agreed on a solid thing in this play. I don't think. I don't think there was a unison agreement in the whole analysis of our class. But here's the reason why, is because this play has so many deep aspects to it, and so many different roads you can go with it, that, and in my opinion, I have 2 tracks where it's like, you can have it to where, the character Robert, because what happens is there's Robert, Jerry, and Emma. Robert and Emma are married. Jerry and Emma are in an affair. And Robert's kind of an a-hole. And Robert and Jerry are best friends. And, part of me, there's 2 ways you can play it. One, where you're where you're sort of realistic and grounded in the idea that Robert would be really feeling this. Like he is not okay with his wife cheating on him with his best friend. And then just there's the aspect of Robert being a diabolical villain. That path. And I really like that path also because he's pretty diabolical as is. I mean, there's some plain text where he's diabolical. He's making digs and jabs and stuff when he knows what's going on. And he's kind of a jerk. He's more than kind of a jerk. I mean, he beats his wife. He makes her cry a lot. He just says terrible things. So, amazing play. And this stuff, plays like this is why I want to be in theater, and this is why I want to direct. It's because I can make so many choices. And someday teach. I think I want to teach theater someday, because then I can get kids to think, encourage that, to think, but to understand the process, I think a lot of people, when they beat themselves down when a teacher tells them they're wrong, they're not understanding the function of it. So a lot of times there's a function to something, and that's where you're going wrong, is you're misinterpreting the function. A lot of people will say, well, this is how I feel about the play. And it's like, well, your analysis isn't how you feel. It's what the playwright is saying. That's the function here. So I think it's an intriguing perspective on this. And I love Pinter now. And I first hated this play the first time I read it. And I can kind of see why, but I can also see why I love it so much, because there's so many directions you can go with it. And rereading it, I was like, wow, oh my gosh. So many things just smacking me in the forehead. And that's why it's so beautiful. As many times as you reread it, you're probably going to pick something new up and pick a new idea out of it. So props to Pinter on that one. But yeah, that's life. I'm kind of getting a bug right now, hoping tomorrow isn't going to be so bad, because, Wednesday, I learned how to set up a MixWiz, and for those of you who don't know what a MixWiz is, it's basically doing audio for a show. I can kind of do the smaller audio now for, music night in the Pioneer House, where it's a small venue, or Stand Up Saturday with the comedians, because you're only rigging up a couple speakers, you're rigging up a mic or two, and you're just understanding the path of where the sound is going and coming from, and it's really simple and complicated all at the same time. Yeah. Kind of reminds me of threading a projector, but a little more complex, and having to involve the idea of sound into it more in depth. But yeah, I learned MixWiz. Tomorrow I learn about SUFAC audio recording. SUFAC is a program that they basically distribute funds for the college, and I'm doing a shift this Saturday where I record all their stuff. They record everything, and I'm learning how to set up the audio for that. And then I'm going to set up time with my boss on how to run the fly rail system in the CFA. One of the things I'm doing is I am shooting for a management position, and they're applying in October. If I don't get it, oh well, I still have room to grow, because I'm asking more questions now, and now that he's kind of invited us to keep coming in and asking, I think as long as I keep this up, eventually I will get a management position, which is good, because I really like what I'm doing. Also, some side thoughts. Study abroad programs. I was thinking about maybe checking out London for next year. I don't entirely know, but it's a thought. I mean, studying theater in London would be amazing, but at the same time, I kind of want to get my work done here, and plus I want to do a master's program. So yeah, that's life. Tomorrow I work. Saturday I work. Sunday I work. I'm also going to watch Super tomorrow. We'll see how all these things work out. I don't know if I have time to do spoilers or stumbles anymore. I really want to make the time, but I'm so tired, and I have the play coming up, and that's more important. So I might just be doing these, but I love you, family. and I hope y'all's be awesome. Peace!